Once upon a time, in a kingdom nestled between lush hills and sparkling rivers, there lived a princess named Leona. She was the only child of King Aldrich and Queen Alara. The royal family was loved by all for their kindness and wisdom. But Princess Leona had one little flaw: she was extremely lazy. While other princesses spent their days learning arts and languages, Leona preferred to stay in bed, wrapped in soft silks, enjoying the warmth of her blankets. The royal court tried everything to motivate her: dance lessons, painting classes, even horse riding, but nothing could make her stir from her comfortable chambers. King Aldrich, concerned for her future, called upon the wisest wizard in the land, Meritus. With his long white beard and knowing eyes, Meritus had helped the kingdom with many troubles, and the king hoped he could find a way to inspire the princess. Meritus approached the princess one sunny afternoon. Finding her lounging in a velvet chair, a book unopened on her lap. "Princess Leona," he said, "you are a child of great potential, but you must first awaken your spirit to see it." Leona yawned and looked up lazily. "What's the point? Everything I need is already here, in this castle. I don't need to do anything." Meritus smiled, his eyes twinkling. "That may be true for now, but there's a world beyond these walls. I propose a challenge for you." Leona stretched, uninterested. "A challenge? What kind of challenge?" "The kind that will open your eyes to something greater," he replied. "If you accept, I will give you the gift of a single wish. You can ask for anything you desire, anything at all." Leona perked up at the mention of a wish, but she was still hesitant. "What kind of challenge are you talking about?" Meritus explained. "I want you to venture into the forest at the edge of the kingdom. There, you will find a flower that blooms only once every 100 years. Its petals are said to carry the wisdom of the ages. If you find it and return, your wish will be granted." For the first time, a flicker of excitement sparkled in Leona's eyes. But the thought of leaving her comfort zone was daunting. She had never ventured beyond the castle gates. "I'll think about it," she said. But Meritus was clever. He had cast a spell so that the very next morning, when Leona woke, she found herself already standing at the entrance of the dark forest. The trees loomed high, and the path ahead seemed endless. Leona was reluctant, but the thought of the wish kept her going. She set off slowly, taking her time and stopping often to rest. But as the day wore on, the path became more difficult, and the sun began to set. She grew anxious but refused to turn back. In the heart of the forest, she encountered an old, crooked tree with a strange, shimmering glow around it. The tree whispered to her, "You seek the flower, but what will you give in return?" Leona thought for a moment, then replied lazily, "I don't know. I just want the flower so I can make my wish." The tree chuckled. "Sometimes the greatest wish is to understand the journey, not the destination. If you truly wish to find the flower, you must give something of yourself." Confused, Leona looked around and noticed something unusual. There were footprints leading deeper into the forest. They looked like those of someone who had walked with purpose. Determined, she followed them. As she walked, she encountered various creatures and faced challenges she had never imagined. She had to climb a steep hill, solve riddles from talking stones, and cross a river on a rickety bridge. Each time, she was forced to muster the energy to continue. Despite her natural laziness, Finally, after days of struggle, Leona found the fabled flower, glowing softly under the light of the full moon. She knelt beside it, realizing something profound. The journey had transformed her. She was no longer the lazy princess who only wished for comfort, but a princess who had learned the value of perseverance and self-reliance. When she returned to the castle, the first thing she did was thank the tree for showing her that true wisdom came not from the flower, but from within herself. And when she saw Maritus, he smiled knowingly. "Well, Princess Leona," he said, "you have found your wish. What will you ask for?" Leona smiled back, a new light in her eyes. "I wish for the strength to keep growing, to never stop learning, and to always face challenges with courage, no matter how difficult they may seem." From that day forward, Leona became known not only for her beauty and kindness, but for her determination and wisdom. She spent her days exploring the world beyond the castle, embracing the lessons life had to offer, never again resting in the comfort of laziness. And so the kingdom flourished, as did the princess, who had learned that sometimes the greatest rewards come not from what is given to us, but from what we achieve through our own efforts. The end. Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment for more stories.